Welcome to Azure tutorial. My name is Arvind Kumar. So today we will learn about what is Azure Virtual Machine and how to create virtual machine. This is about myself. I have total 16 years of IT experience. Mostly I worked on Microsoft technologies. Okay, these are the technology I worked. You can email me on this email ID. Today's agenda is what is virtual machine and how to create a virtual machine in Azure. Okay, so what is virtual machine? Azure Virtual Machine provides the feature of virtualization without buying and maintain physical hardware. Okay, just you need to maintain virtual machine by installing and configuring the software of performing the some tasks on Azure Cloud Virtual Machine. Okay, in simple words, you need to purchase the virtual machine on Microsoft Azure Cloud and install the required software on virtual machine, and you can connect cloud virtual machine from desktop or laptop to do your work. Okay, so let's come to the next slide. So let's discuss about what is the requirement for creating Azure virtual machine. Okay, so you need to have an Azure account, then you need to buy a subscription, then you need to create a resource group, and then you need to create a resources. Okay, so we have already discussed in previous tutorial like what is Azure account and how to create an Azure account, how to create a what are the types of subscription and how to create a subscription, then resource group and resources. So you just watch my previous video for all these details. Okay, let me give you the quick overview for these things using this diagram. Okay, first you need to buy a Azure account from the Azure portals.azure.com. Okay, so just go there and create an Azure account. So there are some management group who are like managing the Azure account. So under the Azure account you need to buy a subscription, Azure subscription. So under the Azure subscription you need to create a resource group. So under the resource group you can create a resources. Okay, resources means like virtual machine or Azure function. What are the resources you are going to buy on Azure? Okay, so hope you understood this. So let's come to the next slide. So let's see how to create a virtual machine in Azure. So let's open the portals.azure.com. Portals.azure.com. Now the portal has been opened. Okay, so let's type virtual machine. Virtual machine. So here is the virtual machine option is coming. So just click here. Now the virtual machine page has been opened. Okay, now it's showing create switch. So there are multiple options which is coming here. Okay, so I have Visual Studio Enterprise subscription, so that's why it is showing here. Okay, so there is an option of create here. From here you can create the virtual machine. Okay, so let's click here. So there are multiple options are coming for the virtual machine. Okay, to create. So let's keep this video as very simple. So I am choosing the first option, Azure virtual machine. So it's written that create a virtual machine hosted on Azure. Okay, so let's click here. Page is opening. Now this page has opened. Okay, so to create a virtual machine, so there are multiple tabs here. Okay, so you need to fill this all the details for creating the virtual machine. So let's discuss this one by one, like what option you need to fill to create a virtual machine. Okay, so let's see. So there is a first option is subscription. Okay, so just select the subscription which you are having. Okay, so I have Visual Studio Enterprise subscription, so I'm taking it as Visual Studio Enterprise subscription. Okay, so if you have any resource group, so select it from here. So I have resource group name, resource group Arvind. Okay, so I'm selecting it from here. Okay, so once you are creating a virtual machine, so you need to give a name of a virtual machine. Okay, just like your laptop, you have the host name in your laptop. So similarly, you need to provide a virtual machine name. So you can write any name like. So let's type the virtual machine name VM Arvind. Okay, so this is a virtual machine name. Okay, so next is you need to select a reason. Okay, from on which reason you need to create this virtual machine. So there are multiple options which are coming here. So where the virtual machine you want to create. So I am selecting keep it as default. Okay, US East US. Okay, So next option is, okay, so I am selecting no infrastructure redundancy required. Okay, so there are multiple options also given here: availability zone, virtual machine scale set, and availability set. So I am selecting the no infrastructure redundancy required. Okay, so next is security type. So if you want any help, so there are, you can see there is a help is given here. If you mouse over it, so it will show what is that. Okay, so you can select it as the security types. So you have trusted launch virtual machine or confidential virtual machine. So I'm keeping this as standard. Okay, so this is a basic level of security for your virtual machine, so I'm selecting that. So now you need to select an image. So for an example, like you want to create a virtual machine with Windows 11 Pro, so just select it. If you want some Linux machine, so just Linux machine options are also provided here. So if you want Red Hat, okay, so just select whatever what you want to create. So I'm selecting as Windows 11 Pro version. Okay, so I'm selecting here. Okay, now there is an option of VM architecture. Okay, so I'm keeping this as x64. Okay, so next is, it is giving the run with Azure spot discount. Okay, so I'm not selecting it here. So what is so next is size. It is giving the size, like what is the disk size you want. Okay, so it is has the option of standard D2S V3. So it has two CPUs, 8 GB memory. So there is a cost is also given here, like it's in rupees 5048 per month. Okay, so this is the charge for if you select that. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, the default. So next option is administrator account. So you need to log into a virtual machine by using username and password. Okay, so that's why it is asking for username and password. So just give the username, like I'm writing my name Arvind, and password is I'm typing. Okay, so password is also so it is showing the value must have 12 and 123 character allow. So I'm retyping the password. So password is matching and username is Arvind. Okay, so next is like it is showing inbound port rule. Okay, so in that there is an option of public inbound ports, none and allow selected ports. So I have like selected allow selected ports. So there is an option of like, so let's select inbound ports. So let's select HTTPS and RDP. RDP means remote desktop protocol. Okay, so by using remote desktop protocol, you can connect virtual machine from laptop or your desktop computer using RDP. Okay, so you can also access using HTTPS. Why like your browser. Okay, so I have selected HTTPS and RDP. Okay, so next option, it is asking for like I confirm that I have an eligibility Windows 10 11 license with multiple tenants hosting rights. So I have selected as, I have ticked here. Okay, so there is an option of next disk. So next option is to select the disk. So when I click here, so it will move to the next disk option. Okay, so here are the disk options, OS disk type. Okay, so there are three options: premium SSD, standard SSD, and standard HDD. So you can select any of these. So I am selecting premium SSD. Okay, so now it is giving the option of delete with VM. Okay, so let's select this option. Okay, so it is a delete with VM means if you delete the VM, so disk will be deleted. Okay, so next option is enable encryption at host. So this option is coming disabled. Okay, so let's go to the next option, encryption type. So there are encryption types are given here, like what encryption types you want to take. So encryption at rest with a platform managed key. So I'm keeping this video as simple. So I'm selecting the first option. We have two other options also, so I'm selecting the first option. Okay, now enable ultra disk compatibility. Okay, so this option is also coming disabled, so I'm not selecting this. Okay, so let's come to the next. If you want any like you want more disk to be added, so let's click on create and attach a new disk. So let's click. Okay, now it will go to the option of create a new disk. Okay, so first you need to give the disk name. So I am keeping this as the what the default option is coming vm arvind underscore disk underscore 0. Okay, so source type I'm selecting like none. Okay, empty disk. Okay, and size I'm taking it 1024 gib. Okay, and encryption type I'm taking as default encryption. Okay, enable share disk, no, I'm taking this option as no. Delete disk with VM, so just click on this. Okay, so I'm clicking OK. So this disk will be created here, so and this will be shown here, the name, its size and disk type, host caching, delete with virtual machine. Okay, so all options are coming here, and click on advanced option. There is a advanced option also given here. Use managed disk, just it's already ticked, and rest of the options are coming like disabled. Okay, so let's go to the click on next networking. So it went to the next tab, networking tab. Okay, so here you need to define like network interface, virtual network, subnet, public IP. So all these detail you need to fill and then go to the next option. So what is that networking? Okay, so it defines network connectivity for your virtual machine by configuring network interface card NIC settings. You can control ports, inbound and outbound connectivity with secure group rules or place behind an existing load balancer. So this is the option which are coming in networking. Okay, so next option is network interface. When creating a virtual network, a network interface will be created for you. Okay, so virtual network, so it is asking to select a virtual network. Okay, so if you have any virtual networks, then you just select here, otherwise you need to create a new virtual network here. So it's coming new. Okay, so virtual network name is resource group arvind vnet. Okay, so what is virtual network? So let's see. So what is virtual network? Virtual network enables communication between multiple laptops, computers, virtual machines, virtual servers, devices, and data center at different office location. In simple words, virtual networking extends the functionality by using software management to connect laptops, computers, server over the internet. Okay, so this is the meaning of virtual network. So let's go back. So hope you understood this. So next option is subnet. So this is the option of subnet, default 10.0.0/20. Okay, so next is public IP. So if you have some public IP, so just select here, or you just need to create. So I'm just clicking on create just to show you the option. If you click on create, so there is the pop-up opening. So create public IP address. Okay, so name is given standard assessment static. Okay, routing preferences Microsoft network. Click OK. So now you can see that VM arvind ip is created here. Okay, now NIC, network security group, I am selecting as basic. So there are three options, none, basic and advanced. So I am selecting as basic. Public inbound ports, so I am allowing selected ports. Okay, so next is select inbound ports. Okay, so in previous video we have already selected like HTTP and RDP. Okay, so next is delete public IP and NIC when VM is deleted. So I am clicking on this. Okay, enable accelerated networking. So I am also having this option. Okay, so if you want to enable load balancing, then just go for it. So you can place the virtual net machine in the backend pool of an existing Azure load balancer solution. Okay, so next is place the virtual machine behind the existing load balancing solution. So just click here if you want that load balancing option. Okay, so I'm not taking that, so I'm clicking next management. So it went to the management tab. So what is management tab? Configuring management option for your VM. So Microsoft Defender for cloud. Okay, Microsoft Defender for clouds provide undefined security management and advanced threat protection across hybrid crowd model. Okay, so this option is like for the security management. Okay, so Microsoft Defender is already for the cloud. So next is identity. Enable system assigned managed identity. Okay, you can take this option as well. Okay, so next is Azure AD. Login with Azure AD. So there is an option for login with Azure AD. So you can take this option as well. Okay, next is auto shutdown. So you can enable auto shutdown as well. So just click here and you need to provide the shutdown time, at what time the virtual machine will be going to shut down. Okay, so you have to provide the time zone also, or at what time zone this machine will be shut down. Okay, so there is an option of notification before shutdown. So just click here and provide your email id for the notification. So I have provided any dummy email id. Okay, next is site recovery. If you want the enable disaster recovery, so just click here. Okay, guest OS updates, enable hot patches. So if you want that, just click here, but its option is disabled. So you can see hot patching is available only with Windows Server 2022 data center, Azure Edition core. Okay, so next is patch orchestration option. So it's a automatic by OS. Okay, Windows automatic update is already there. Okay, so click on next. So next option is monitoring. Okay, so configure monitor option for your VM. So this is option of diagnostic, boot diagnostic is there. Okay, so enable with managed storage account. Second option is enable with custom storage account, or disable it. So just I am taking the default option, enable with managed storage account. Okay, so next is enable OS guest diagnostic. If you want that, just click here. Click on next advanced. So there is an advanced option also there. So what is that? Add additional configuration agent scripts or application via virtual net machine extension or cloud cloud init. Okay, extensions provide post deployment configuration and automation. Okay, so if you want that, just click here. So I'm clicking here, select an existing extension. So it went to here, so you can select an existing extension from here. Okay, so I'm closing this. So I'm not taking any extension here, so I'm closing that. Okay, now next is like VM application. So you can select a VM application to install in similar fashion. Okay, so next is custom data. So you can provide here, pass a script configuration file or other data into the virtual machine while it is being provisioned. The data will be saved on the VM is known location. Okay, so custom data we will need to provide here. Okay, so next option is user data. So you can so if you want, you can select this, otherwise don't leave it. Okay, so there is a performance option. If you want that, you just select it. So next is host option is there. So captive reservation. Okay, proximity placement. So I'm keeping this as default options which is coming. Okay, for this video we will discuss such this advanced options in next coming videos. Okay, so I'm clicking next. So there is a tag option. Okay, so what is tag option? Tags are name value pairs that enables you to categorize resources and view consolidated billing by applying the same tags to multiple resources and resource group. Okay, so this is used at the time of billing. You can like categorize the resources. Okay, so this option is used for the categorization of resources at the time of billing. Okay, so next is option is review and create. Okay, so it is like reviewing the what the option we have selected. So review is in progress. Now it is showing validation passed in green color. It means that all is okay. So let's see like what we have selected. These are the product detail, standard DTU v3 by Microsoft, subscription credit apply. So it is giving the like price like 6.9163 INR per hour it will charge. Okay, these are the terms and conditions. Okay, so what are the options which we have selected previously? So all are coming here like subscription. I have selected this, resource group, virtual machine, region, availability option, security, images. So all we have already selected in previous. So just verify that like what we have selected in disk, like we have selected this options in disk. In case of networking we have selected this part. We have net option, we have selected this. We have public IP which we need to create a new, then VM IP acceleration option on. So these options we have already discussed and selected. So in management option we have selected all these options. In monitoring tab we have selected this advanced tab, and we have all selected extension. We have not taken any extension. VM application, cloud init, user data, disk control type, proximity placement. So just see like all the option you have selected should be correct. Okay, so that you can create the virtual machine. So there is a button called create. So just create it. I'm creating the virtual machine. I'm clicking this button. Okay, so it is going to create after a while. So it is showing initializing deployment. So it will be created after some time. So just wait. Now it's still showing deployment is in progress. Okay, so here what the option it will show, it is showing deployment name. This is the deployment name. This is the subscription, under which subscription this is going to deploy, and what resource group under which this is going to deploy. Okay, so once this is created, details will be given below. Okay, so let's complete this deployment, then we will discuss below part. So you can see deployment is in progress. So all the options are once deployed, that it is showing below. So still deployment is in progress. So let's wait for a moment. Okay, so that now the message has came here. Deployment succeeded. Okay, deployment. This is the deployment name. Okay, to resource group. This one was successful. Okay, so this is a message, success message. So I'm closing this. So here is the in overview tab. Here is the overview. Okay, now if you go to the deployment, like what has been created till now. Okay, so we have selected the shutdown option. So let's go one by one. We have selected the shutdown option. So it's created. The virtual machine name, it's okay. VM. So this is a network interface card with the name. So it is created. Resource group VNet virtual network. So it is okay. VM disk type, VM IP, and VM network interface, network security groups is okay. Okay, now next. So this is the next steps. Shutdown auto option recommended. So you can select these options as well. Monitor VM health performance and network dependencies recommended. Run a script inside a virtual machine recommended. So these are the recommended options which we are getting here. Okay, so you can go for these options also. Now if you go to the inputs, so you can see. So if you go to the location, its location is East US. Its network interface card name is here. Enable or accelerated networking true. Okay, so these are the options which we have selected is like shown here. All like what we have selected, like everything is coming here. Okay, and in output, let's click on output. So it will show the who is the admin username is Arvind, which we have given the username. Okay, while creating the virtual machine. So this is the template part here. So let's come to the template. Okay, so this is the advanced part, so we will discuss in later on. So our virtual machine is got created. So let's come to the overview. If you go to the deployment, this is the virtual machine name, VM Arvind. Okay, now you can see our virtual machine got created. You can see all our success, and this is the virtual machine name, VM Arvind. So let's see the virtual machine which we have created here. Okay, so just type virtual machine Okay, virtual machine, just click here. So this is the virtual machine which we have created. Okay, so what is showing here? Name of the virtual machine, type virtual machine, subscription, resource group, location where it is created, status is running currently, operating system we have taken Windows, this is the size, this is the public IP address, and it has 2 disks. Okay, so this is the virtual machine which we have created. Okay, so in next tutorial we will see that how to access this virtual machine from laptop or desktop. So friends, it's a request, please support us, please like our video and just subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for latest updates. Okay, so this is my YouTube channel. So let me show you how to search my channel in YouTube. Okay, so just go to YouTube and in search bar just type JYEONS, Geons Tech. Okay, just click on search. You will find this channel. Okay, and this is my channel name, Geons Tech. I request you to just click on subscribe and press the bell icon as well.